Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh. By Sham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Mahavakak Badash. And honors the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect. I trust the Lord, and to the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days of the last days. So without further ado, we're going to flow with the Spirit, and Lord willing, you're going to be edified. All right? And Yahushua made it very, 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 very clear. He's not going to bow down to the devil. It's simple, bro. No means no. The scripture says, let your yea be yea, let your nay be nay. Right? Once someone says no, they mean no. See, we got to be decisive. Because if you're not decisive, the devil will mess with you in ways you wouldn't even realize. Thou shalt not tempt the Lord as you did in Massa. Deuteronomy 6:16. We don't want to join no cult. We're not trying to get in. I'm not trying to get into no demonic organization. Right? No means no. Right? I'm not joining no cult. You understand? I've got to make that clear, because a lot of people, they're retarded. They're very slow. We shall serve the Lord Yahweh Shai, and him only shall we serve. Okay? Well, what people, are they stupid? People must be stupid out here, man. We gonna serve the Lord Yahweh Shai, and him only. These people they just don't get it. This is Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. That's what we're supposed to be seeking. Wherever is the good way, walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. So we're supposed to be looking to the old paths of our forefathers, of Yahweh Shai, and walk therein. But they said we will not walk therein. Also, I will set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said we will not hearken. So most people, they don't want to hearken to what the sound of the trumpet. They don't want to hearken to this, man. I'm not blowing that trumpet continually, blowing it. Why they're not hearkening? These people, they're not hearkening. And why are you blowing the trumpet? To warn the people. There's danger. There's calamity. To get right. And while we're warning people to get right, we're trying to get right with Yahweh Shai as well. We're not trying to join any... Listen, you see, you watch what I teach, right? You see what I teach. So why would I want to join no demonic organization that drinks blood? That's into all types of witchcraft. When you have the wisdom of Yahweh Shai, you don't need to delve into the occult. Again, I said no. What don't you understand about that? Are you slow in your head? Someone told me, innit, some senior woman, she said, but what she said to me was, basically they want you to join some organization or some cult or something. She said they like you. That's what she thought. This was a senior woman, and she said, well, just say no and be strong. That's what she said to me. Just say no and be strong. That's what you got to do with the devil. Because if you're indecisive, you're not really saying no, you're not really saying yes, you're just, you're just on the fence. That means it's going to mess with you. That's why you got to let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. We're being targeted out here, man. She used to tell me that, yeah, you are being targeted for whatever reason. So you got to be firm. No, I'm going to serve the Lord Yahweh Shai because this is what it's called me to do. Don't join the multitude. And it says, but they said we would not hearken. Therefore, hear ye nations and know our congregation, what is among them. And you have all these people set up. I'm telling you, they have people set up when we come out. That's satanic. That means someone in a high position, or should I say in high positions, is watching brothers. Watching us very carefully. We're talking about satanic networks. Ephesians 6 and 11. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. There's satanic networks that are operating against us. The only way you destroy that, prayer, fasting. That's the only way. And witches as well. These are networks. They network together. They're on the phone. They're spreading information. That's what they're doing. These things are real. The kingdom of darkness versus the kingdom of light. These are satanic organizations that worship Satan. This is very real. This ain't something that's made up. Very, very real. Nothing to panic about. But you got to be like, no, I know you've offered me a deal, but I decline that deal. I'm going to serve Yahweh Shai. And if you're respectful, you're going to respect that. You're not going to encroach on someone's boundaries, man, and send these warlocks and these witches our way. You're going to respect them boundaries. But what we're finding out, a lot of people don't respect them boundaries. That's what you're going to find out. Hey, the truth's going to come out. The truth will come out eventually, man. So we're going to go to Proverbs 24. You know what? Oh, let's go to, 24. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. So you're not supposed to envy the oppressor. For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talketh of mischief. So it does say their heart, their mind is studying. They study you. These people study you. These people watch you illegally. I've told you about this. What they do, it's illegal. It's illegal what they're doing. But they can get away with it because it's a group or some type of cult. And their lips talketh of what? Mischief. So they're thinking about how they can entangle brothers, how they can get brothers caught up in trouble. And here it is, we're going about our business. Why they're trying to get us in trouble. That's what they're trying to do. Trying to get us caught up in a load of trouble. Through wisdom is a house builded, and understanding is established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong. Yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make war. Key thing, wise counsel, right? Thou shalt make war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. And let me tell you something. They're using an app. This is some type of app. Brothers, I'm telling you. It's some type of app they have on their phone. And I believe this is cult members that have this app. And they're spreading things and they're making lies. They're trying to do, they're scheming, they're plotting. These are cult members. It's an app. I forgot the name of the app. You can purchase them. And they spread it around to these other cult members. And all of a sudden, they create false narratives. This is what they do. They create false narratives. This is a cult. I don't know what type of cult it is. I have an idea. This is what they do. And the witchcraft is done to make you act a certain way. That's why they do the witchcraft. To make you act mad. So if people can see you're acting a certain way, that gives them power. So these are cults behind this type of stuff. It's cults that are targeting certain brothers and that are on these apps, spreading messages, spreading lies, and tracking you, and hacking your phones, and trying to infiltrate your family. Real warfare. Real warfare, man. Proverbs 24 and 15. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous, and spoil not his resting place. So these people, they're laying wait. They're laying in wait. See, another juggle. Why the fuck are these people? Who's sending these people out, man? It says, lay not wait, the wicked man. And a lot of these headphones they have, these headphones, they actually listen to what you got to say. They can listen to what you're saying on these headphones. So this is like some psychological operation which is based on destroying the elect. These are networks. I've told you this. Networks of people. Let me check the time on. Facts. Right? Facts. Lay not, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. It says lay not, wait. You know what that means? You're sitting in the car. You're circling the block. I've also seen that. People that circle the block. Right? It says lay not, wait, thou wicked man. So you're not supposed to be laying in wait for no one. You're not supposed to be doing that. It says lay not, wait, O wicked man. Against the dwelling of the righteous, spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times, and riseth up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. It says it. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. So what these people are doing, it's illegal. It's against the law. What these people be doing. I've been targeted for about, I believe, probably 6 years from what I've been aware of. Now, I don't have any connections to any high-level Masonic, satanic groups. So how am I on their watch? That means someone would have had to have seen me. In order for all this to happen, someone may have had to see me. It's all orchestrated. Even these cars that are parked up, they're all set up. Conspiracies are real. Don't tell me they're not real. Conspiracies are real. There is people with demonic agendas that come against people, that want to control people, that have satanic spirits upon them. For whatever reason. This is real. We're not making this up. This is real. So we got to speak about these things, especially if it's concerning you. I said no. I ain't draining. I ain't selling my soul. I said I'm not selling my soul. I'm not going to go into the whole story because I've told you. I've told you what happened, bro, how this began. I told you. It's some type of app that they have, some type of app. This is Luke 4. I'm going to jump straight to verse 6. Actually 5. And the devil taketh him into a high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. All those different kingdoms, which represents the riches of those worlds. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it, all the glory. So the devil tempted the Messiah with the kingdoms of this earth. And these people that are walking past me, cult members, they're all involved. Everyone that's walking past. I don't believe there's one person that's walked past me that's not involved in this. It's a cult, some type of cult. It's like some mind control thing, bro. I ain't seen nothing like this in my life. It's some mind control cult business. And Yahushua answered, check this out. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, to whomsoever I will give it. Because guess what? If you want to get up in this society, you have to bow down to Satan. Now, Satan doesn't force you to do it. He tempts you. So even what they're doing, that's out of the means of their barriers, man. It is. And it says, if thou will worship me, all shall be thine. So that's what the enemy wants. He wants you to worship him. He doesn't want you to worship Yahushua. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written. It's already written in the scriptures. It is written. Thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, Yahweh, and him only should I serve. It's written, thou shalt worship the Lord, him only. Him only. Nothing else. Not no demonic, satanic organization. Him only. So it's clear. It's very clear. It's very, very, very clear. So you know what? The best thing to do? Stay in the word, stay in prayer, stay in that Psalms 91 protection, because this type of thing is very witchy, very occulty. The occult is witchcraft, which the scriptures tell us don't partake in that. That's what the occult is, witchcraft. Right? So you got a group of witches, and gang stalking is perpetrated by witches, high-level witches, not so much young. We're talking about old witches. That's who it's perpetrated by. And yeah, you do have federal levels of it, but it's perpetrated by witches, right? They stalk you in the spirit. It's called evil eye. It's called astral projection. It's called occultism. That's gang stalking. They stalk your energy. It's satanic. The root of it is satanic. But I don't want to mention that stuff too much because it's nonsense. I don't want to give power to it. That's what it is. It's based on harvesting energy as well. It's satanic ritual abuse. See what else we got, Baba Kishore. Deuteronomy 18. And we're going to jump straight to verse 9. When thou art come into the land which our Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after what the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire. So they're involved in them type of things. Yeah, they do sacrifice. When you're dealing with the occult, they deal with neural monitoring. Neural monitoring is the occult. That's the occult. What else do they deal with? I told you, astral projection, Luigi boards, tarot cards. There's so many different things they do. Bright lighting. What else is there? Suicides. Sacrifices. That's why they would sacrifice their children to Molech. Us brothers, we're not supposed to be getting involved in that at all. Right? Let's see more of them. There goes more of them. They're all a part of this network. They're all a part of this network. This is a network to us, baby. It's a network. I've been targeted by some type of network. They all know each other. All these people, they know each other. They're connected. Satan is connected, right? There you go. And it says, or his daughter, or pass through the fire, or he that useth divination. So the occult deals with divination and human sacrifice. Human sacrifice. On observer, see, the energy's calmed down now, beautiful. On observer of times, I felt that. You can even feel it. These people got some demonic energies. Demonic. And I've told you, energy is the currency of the dark demonic world. This is how they survive. You can't survive if you don't have any energy, can you? That's how they survive. That's why they have to do them rituals, day in, day out. That's how they get by. Right? That's how some of them drink blood. This is real stuff, we're not making this up. That's how they survive. Energy is the currency to the satanic kingdom. So say if you're a brother with high levels of energy, you're going to be sought after. Some of us are keeping these people alive. You've got to see the spiritual aspect to this truth. This is not a joke. This is life and death. This is life and death. You got satanic individuals out here, man. of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. So we're not supposed to be observing times, witchcraft, black magic, all them things there. All these witch covens, man. Move with your black magic, man, with that negative energy. Protected, covered by Yahweh Shai. Of a charmer, of a consultant, with familiar spirits, or a wizard or a necromancer. This is what they take part in. If you're in a cult, you have to take part in those type of things. There's thousands of people that teach the Bible, millions. Why would they come after me? Or a wizard or a necromancer. So that's what they get involved in. For after all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. So they're abominations. Because of these abominations, the Lord, their power doth drive them out from before thee. There's more of them walking past. And this is happening worldwide, by the way. Some of you are aware of it. The thing is, a lot of you are not aware of it. The targeting became covert. So like it became overt because you started to notice it. So that means you were being watched for a certain amount of time before you even realized it. So that's how they're able to point out things you were doing back then. They were able to point out what you were doing in your house 7, 8 years ago. They were able to point that out because they were there. That's called a familiar spirit. They were there. When you were sinning, they were there. When you were having conversations, they were there. The dark demonic world. They were there. You got to break covenants, bro. This is something much more sinister. You have to break these demonic covenants and make sure they're broken continually in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Come back to the Lord Yahweh Shai. If you want peace, if you want rest, come back to him. These people are looking stressed out, looking all stressed out, because there ain't no rest for the wicked. Let's go to Proverbs, Baba Kishore. There is no rest for the wicked, man. Oh, check this out. We're going to go to Proverbs 6 and 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. It says a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth, corrupt mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud lip, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, and feet that be swift into running into mischief. This is what these people are doing. All these traits, you see it. Sometimes, you've been teaching, you see people running, right? You see them sprinting like, well, I don't know, a handler, right? They're sprinting to their handler, they're on the phone, demons are jumping in this person, that person. These are all spirits. These are all spirits. Okay. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So it says a false witness that speaketh lies. So they're not supposed to be speaking lies as well. Come on, hey sister, come listen. Hey, come and listen. 5 minutes. Baba Kishore. So you're not supposed to be doing that, Baba Kishore. Spreading lies, man. You spreading lies upon brothers, man. All these things happen. But you got to find out why. Why are you targeted by the occult? It's all right. You're not on camera. Why was you going to cross the road for?
I don't know.
Right. You okay, though?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad. So therefore, we got to stay in this word, man. Stay in the words. Now, I will say this. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Yeah, you have gifts and so forth. And the people up top, if you're highly influential, we're going to go to John. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. If anyone's highly influential in any type of way, fashion or form, the people in high places, okay, they want to use you. They want to use you because you're useful, right? So, if you have influence, if you have any type of impact, I'm talking about proper impact of any form of control, people like that, they want to, or should I say they need to, control. Because they can't just have them running about, you know. So, therefore, if they can't control them, they kind of need to discredit them or try and take away some of that power. Because brothers are very, very powerful. Very powerful when we teach this one. Very. So it could be that you're very influential. It could be that you're very powerful. Okay? It could be that. Right? We're going to go to John 11. Check this out. I know I bring this out a lot. I know I do. But we got to keep bringing it out. Okay? Come on. This is John. I think it's John. Is it John 14 or not? John 14, John 12. When Yahushua healed. Where is it? 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 Oh, this is John 11. And we're going to jump straight to main point. Check this out. And I bring this out a lot. This is when Yahushua healed Lazarus, brought him back to life. All right? Check this out. When many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Yahushua did, believed on him, but some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them the things Yahushua had done. So in the midst of doing miracles, you may have men around you. They're going to report back to someone and tell them the things that you've done. Oh, he was doing this. He was the miracle. He said, bro, you know as we're teaching this truth, you might not see it, but there could be people that are getting healed as you're speaking right now. Bro, you could be healing people that things are happening behind the scenes that you don't see. People are getting healed. This is what you got to realize, but they're not going to tell you that. People are getting healed out here. Right? Real talk. Don't ever put, oh, I'm just out here and I'm not good enough. Things are happening. If it wasn't happening, you wouldn't have this much people watching you. Whether it's for good or whether it's for bad. A lot of people are watching. A lot of people. So we got to keep this truth in mind. Okay? This is real stuff, bro. This is real stuff. The targeting is real. Okay? Let's see what we got, Baba Kasho. And it says, when gathered the chief priests and Pharisees, the councilman said, what do we, for this man doeth many miracles? Here we go. In other words, what are we going to do? He's doing many, many miracles. Turning water into wine, healing the sick, raising the dead. He's doing all these things. He's doing all these things. So therefore, the Pharisees are like, no, this man, he's going to save a lot of people. This man's going to save a lot of people. If we let him thus alone, here we go. If we let him thus alone, what does let him thus alone mean? If we leave him, if we just let him be, see, this is why you have to read this. If we just let him be, what does that mean? Don't watch him. Don't stalk him. Don't monitor him. If we just let him be, if we just let him travel and just do what he's doing, all men will believe on him. All men will believe on him. So what does that say? That says he would have an impact. All men will believe on him, on Yahushua. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. It says it. They're going to come and take away our place and our nation. So how can we fit that in with today's terms? You got people are doing things to you, not because they want to, because they have to, because if they don't, their position's going to be threatened. They're going to lose their job. I've seen this years ago. People pull up Freemasons, pull up outside houses and say, please, would you do this to this person? Because if you don't, we're gonna repossess your house. A lot of people, they're under pressure. This is what Satan does. He applies pressure. A lot of people are under pressure. A lot of these people, they don't want to. Some of them, they don't want to watch you. They don't want to walk around. They don't want to do that. They have to. All their places shall get taken away. If we let him thus alone, all men, they shall come and take away both our place. What's a place? A position within this society. Right? That's what it is. It's a position within society, man. Right? And your enchantments ain't working over here, man. Fuck out of here with that shit. Right? And they shall come take away both a place and nation. So that's because the Pharisees, they had a position in the Roman Empire. They were living somewhat goods. They were compromised. They sold out. That's why. One of the reasons you're being watched. Because what you could do and the potential for that change, which change is already here. That's why. That is why. Right? Let's continue. This is real stuff, bro. You're not useless. You're not worthless. You're not worthless. You have a power. But what good is it if you don't know that power? If you don't know that power, you're just going to shrink. You have it. Because the Lord's given it to you. But there's certain people in power, status, worldly power, they want some of what you got. They're like, please share some of that. This is where you get the narcissist, the energy. It's all connected. It's all connected. All of these people, they're connected. They all know each other. That's why you're so organized. That's why you're so organized. Because Satan's kingdom has to be. That's how he keeps people under control. By being organized. That's how the kingdom of darkness works. Okay? And she's trying to keep a straight face, Mary. And it says, Mama Kasha. And it says, yeah, I think they want me to join some type of organization. But I don't want to. I got out of there. How am I going to listen? How you got out of darkness? How are you going to return back to the same darkness you're trying to get out of? Huh? How are you going to return to the same darkness you're trying to get out of? Huh? Come on now. I'm not joining no court, baby. Just a minute. But you know what? Thanks. It's very so nice of you. It's very generous of you for the offer. But I decline. Thank you. Very nice of you. All these resources they've been spent. A lot of resources they've been spending upon me. That don't happen unless you're very valuable within Satan's kingdom. A lot of resources. A lot of money. See what else we got? This is spiritual. And one of them named Caiaphas, being the high priest of Satan, said unto them, you know nothing at all. See where the high priest, and his name was Caiaphas. Excuse me just a minute. Let me check the time. 34. All right. Yeah, 34 minutes in. 34 minutes in. So listen, bruh. Caiaphas, being the high priest of Satan, said, you know nothing at all, and nor consider that it's expedient that one man should die for the people, that the whole nation should not perish. Caiaphas prophesied, but he wasn't saying that in a righteous manner, but he did prophesy. He was saying it in a wicked manner. Why? Because he had a place in the Roman Empire. Some people was like, Yahushua has to go. This man has to go. That one man should die for the whole sins of the nation. I don't want to say this, brothers. Don't get bugged out. Yahushua has died for your sins. You don't need to do that. Because Yahushua has died for your sins. So now we have an intercessor. Okay? We have an intercessor and his name is Yahushua. And he's coming to deliver us. Okay? That's his name. Hold on to that freedom. And don't let it go, bro. Bro, I fought tooth and nail. Bro, I fought tooth and nail to keep my freedom. You think I'm just giving it up? No. No way. No way. Satan, get behind me, devil. I shall worship the Lord Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai, and him only. In the name of Yahweh Shai, all demonic covenants are bind in the name of Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai. All demonic spells, hexes, jinxes, all forms of the demonic kingdom. Abad, Salak, Rayam, Mashapatiyam, to all witch covens, man. I belong to Yahweh Shai, man. We were bought with a price. It says that in Corinthians. Therefore, glorify him. We were bought with a price. Really, your soul belongs to God. Really. But then the devil comes in with his little crafty ways, and then you start signing on a dotted line. Sometimes it's not always you signing something. Sometimes there's contracts that are made in the heavens. So you also got to counsel contracts in the heavens. Yeah, they make contracts. You know, people can do that. They can do contracts in the heavens. So you have to counsel them contracts in the heavens. Because if you don't, you're going to have a whole load of troubles. This is real. You know, some people, they get dedicated to the satanic kingdom from a child. If that's happened to you, you're going to have you may have a lot of problems. You have to counsel that. Breaking generational curses. That means you have to do something different. What are you doing different? Teaching the word. Let's continue. So Yahushua was very influential. Very. Changing things. Making people think. Right? He was relatable. Let's go to it. I didn't want to bring this up, but we might as well. Mark 8. Baba Kashar. And 36. For what should it profit a man? The carnal man's about profit. Well, how can I gain? How can I get quick money? If he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul. The gaining the world is, you get set up. This is how it works. If you sell out, you get everything paid for. You're looked after. House, mortgage, car. You even get set up with a family. Remember, a lot of these families, they're not even real families. They're set up families. Okay? So that's what they do. When you sell out, you get set up. Baba Kisha. That's what happens. A lot of these are occultists, maybe. You get set up. Right? They set up your families. They do that. It's not real. You get given a network. You get given a few people that you can network with. But Satan's kingdom is divided against itself. It's divided. So because Satan's kingdom is divided, therefore, when it goes down, he's going to take everything away from you. Because you never went to the Lord for them riches. You went to Satan. For what should it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what should a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation. So the Son of Man be ashamed when the Lord comes in the glory of his angels. So you can't be ashamed of the Lord. Because with shame comes with shrinking, then you sell your soul out. Which many other people have done. And this is chapter 9. And because a lot of men speak about death and judgment. Listen, there's going to be certain men, they ain't even going to die. Be certain men standing among us, they ain't even going to die. Don't believe in that rubbish. All right? This is Mark 9 and 9. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, but there shall some of you that stand here which shall not taste of death. Some that shall not taste of death Taste means to experience. Truly I've seen the kingdom of God come in power. Woo! Till you have seen the kingdom of God come with power. Right? So not every brother's going, oh, you're gonna die. No, listen, that's rubbish. That's the enemy trying to scare you. You're gonna have certain martyrs, but the men of the Lord ain't gonna die. Don't talk nonsense. Some of you shall not taste of death. Right? That's the fact. Some of us are gonna be here till we see how shit. Go to Thessalonians. And let's go to Revelations. Let's go. Well, the reason why you're always talking about death, because you're the children of darkness. That's why you're in that spirit. So what else have you got, Baba Kishore? Excuse me just a minute. This is Thessalonians 5. And we're going to jump straight to, where was we? Let's go to verse 13. But I would not have you ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, those that have passed on. But you sorrow not, don't cry, even as others have, which have no hope. Why? Because they don't believe in life after death. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will God bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord Yahushua, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep, those that have passed. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Mashak shall rise first. Key thing, the dead shall rise first. So those brothers that have passed, they're going to rise first. They're going to be the first rulers of his kingdom. Then we which are alive, so hold on, we which are alive, that means not all the brothers are going to pass, because it says that. And remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord Yahushua in the air. So shall we shall be ever with the Lords. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So that's what we're doing. We'll comfort one another with these words. Okay? Come on, not everybody's going to pass. That's rubbish. You're going to have certain brothers standing, going to be on the earth till Yahushua comes. Come on. That's the enemy, man, trying to cast doubt. You see how they were walking past me, right? Trying to block out the sound. Bro, brothers are really powerful, man. They don't want us talking, man. We're going to keep talking. Let's go to Revelations. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, but I am on there.
You're alive.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not on live. It's being broadcasted, but I'm not live. I'm not live, baby. Yeah, she said I'm pissing her off. Bro, how am I pissing her off? I'm teaching the word. What's this about? This is madness. You see what I mean? Bro, it's a network. This is a network. How am I pissing them off? I'm just teaching the words. This is a network. And I just want to throw this out there. Hold on, we're going to go to Revelation 15. We finish off Revelation 15, then we're going to talk about this more. This is Revelation 15. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire. And them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. What's that sea of glass? The outer firmament in the heavens, watching the destruction. So now we've covered that. There'll be certain men that are not going to taste of death. They're going to be beamed up in them chariots. Now I want to go back to what that sister just said. I don't know if she's aware of what's happening. She just said, he's pissing me off. And is he on live? So hold on a minute. There's certain people. These are cult members. Some of them are gang members. I don't want to go too much into detail. I will tell you this. With my situation, I don't want to tell you too much. It was a narcissist, right? Could have been someone that was in prison doing some time and they tried to throw me under the bus, right? Narcissists and cults, them two go hand in hand. So I'm just saying, yeah, a narcissist, jealous, envious, part of a cult, and if he's a part of a cult, that means he has people. This is how my thing started. It wasn't heavy, it was very light. But over time, if you roll a ball, right? A ball down a hill, it keeps rolling. So that was the type of thing with my situation. I can't speak for everybody else. That was how my situation started. That's how it started with me, right? This was some type of cult member. And from things started to pick up, right? It was someone that envied me. So I want to let you know I'm not a part of any Masonic, demonic cult, right? I'm not a part of no demonic, satanic cult, right? Now, when I was in the world, was I rolling with certain people? Yeah. But now I've come out of the world. Now I'm renewed by this truth. So them things shouldn't have no hold on you. Now, they will try to oppress you. But again, that woman said, he's getting on my, whatever she said. This is being done on the phone. I've told you it's an app. They have many apps. This is called a gang stalking app. They can send messages. And they can also merge this in with the police and send it to the police. It's an app that they have, that they use, right? And on this app, they can spread lies. On this app. I forgot the name of it. They call it a gang stalking app. These are community apps. So with these community apps, they can know when you come into a community, they get the notification. It's not everyone. It's not everyone. But they can get the community involved because it's a community app. You can purchase this on your phone. You can purchase it. So this is how they try to get you entrapped. And by taking photos and sending it, this is how they get you entrapped. Right? Real talk. This is how they entrap you. This is why if you notice, they've always got their phone. They've always got their phone in their hands. Always. They've always got a phone in their hands. Because they're trying to entrap you. And that's good because that shows whatever they're trying, it's not working. That's why you have to be circumspect. This is why we have to be in the words. And don't act outside of the words. The cult members, they're the ones that do the witchcraft. The Masons, they're the ones that orchestrate stuff on a ground level. They're the ones that position people. The cult members, they just do the witchcraft and they harness the energy. The traffickers, well, they're the ones that traffic. It's an organized kingdom. It's organized. But the gates of hell shall not prevail against the church. See what else we got. I think we should shut off soon. We shut off. Well, we're being effective. We're being effective. If you got that much opposition, you're being effective. But what are they trying to stop? What are they trying to stop? Are they trying to stop you from teaching? Are they trying to stop you from building up a relationship between you and Yahweh Shai? What are they trying to stop? Because you have a voice. Someone even told me that. I'll never forget the individual I met about a month ago. He said, you have a voice, bro. Speak about it. He said, speak. Don't let people stop you from speaking. Speak the truth. Speak this truth. So let's go to 1 John 2 and 14. Actually, go to 13. I write unto you, fathers, because you have known him that is from the beginning, and I write unto you, young men, because you have overcome the wicked one. I write unto you, little children, because you have known the Father. It says you've overcome the wicked one. Who's the wicked one? The devil. You've overcome the wicked one. You've overcome him. And you know why? I believe that why that woman said, is he going live? Because they don't want you speaking about these things. They don't want you having a platform. They don't want that. There's certain people, they're getting angry because you're teaching these lessons and you have a platform and you're casting down the lies, the deceptions. They don't like that. They don't want you to have a platform. They don't want you to be talking about certain things. They don't want that. They want you to shut up. Shut up! You know what I'm saying? I want you to shut up, man. Why don't you speak the truth and you speak your truth? Because it's powerful. And others need to hear it. Others need to hear your testimony. They need to hear these things. What good is it if you don't have a testimony? You need to be able to share this news with other people. How there's cults out here, man. Some of these cults are death cults. Some of these cults are linked in with military complex. If you're talking about MK Ultra is a cult, right? That's global. That's an elite. MK Ultra is an elite global cult, right? You got them sex kittens, right? You know what I'm saying, with the leopard prints and all that. That's all MK Ultra. That's run by a military complex. No, that's run by the elites. That's run by your elites. MK Ultra is also a torture program where they torture children and men and women. And yeah, it's mind control. This is where you get the sex slaves. That's an elite program. Elite. That's why you gotta be careful, bro. Even when you're on the web, even when you're on this web, you gotta be careful because they could sell your information on a dark web. You gotta be careful. Hold on. You gotta be careful out here. You know there's something called the dark web, right? And the dark web is where data gets shared. It gets spread. That's what the dark web is, right? The dark web. That's what the cults deal with. The dark web, right? You got to be careful. Bear with us a minute. This world is one big cult, right? One big cult it is. Let's see what else we got. This is Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So though you want to join hand in hand, yeah, the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. You got to be careful what you're getting involved in. You better be careful. One more thing. You might have been sold. You know they can sell, it depends who's around you. You know you could be sold through data, you could be sold to a cult. They can sell you. If they have enough of your data, they can sell your information to a cult. That's why it's called the dark web. They can sell your information. That's why you gotta be careful when you're on these platforms. You gotta be real careful. You got pedophiles running about as well, running amok. It's not safe out here. Very dangerous. Data can be sold. Information can be sold. This is real stuff. This is how people get trafficked. Ever heard of bio trafficking as well? Look it up. Bio trafficking. It's when they have your resonance, right? And your body parts. That can be sold. That's bio. Keep it bio trafficking. There's different forms of it, right? But this stuff only really works if you don't have God's protection and you're by yourself. That's how it works, Baba Kishore. Pure cult members walking past me there. Pure cult members. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in this word. You got to be in the protection of the Lord. Because what they're trying to do, they're trying to break that protection. Trying to break it down. Yeah, you see with a smile on his face. He's trying to keep a straight face. This is real stuff. Cults are these secret organizations is real. Freemasonry it's as real as you want it to be. It's as real as you want it to be. They only get their power if you give it power. That's the only way it gets it, if you give it power. So I'm gonna shut off here. Let me check the time. Well, it's still quite early. I'm gonna shut off here. Lord willing, this was edifying. And until the next time, I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, by Sham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Mahavakak Badash. And Lord willing, another thing, you know, if you're setting up camp in a particular spot, when you're setting up camp, That camp is that spot. So you keep going to that spot. If it's where the Lord wants you, you go to that spot. You teach the word, right? Don't shrink back. Keep teaching because people are listening. Okay, so I'm gonna shut off here. Until the next time, shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.